We are. We're back again. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Episode 11, the OJ Power Hour. We are back again. And man, oh man, this has been a busy week. Jay, I am surprised you are still standing, sir.
In a second. My echo is coming on. Keep going.
Professionalism.
He's getting there. Don't worry. Listen, this has been a very long week for a lot of us. Let's be totally fair here. The marathon was this week. That is 72 hours straight plus a little extra. You got to say, that's a lot of work, and I unfortunately was not able to do as much as I wanted to due to issues at work. But
Yeah,
I was able to
something 1,000 cables to do.
1,800 fibers. Yeah, it was a fun. It was a real fun night. It was.
Oh my.
It was horrible, but yeah, yes, the marathon weekend. I mean, I got to give. It was great. I tuned in when I could, while not being yelled at by people saying get back to work, but not the point. It was good. I was really, really pleased, and I know what you've been doing the whole time, Jay. Because
And when I wasn't, I've been on a tractor doing dirt. So
yeah, you've been doing that too. You've been outside playing the tractor, and that's fine. And I mean, in the meantime, for myself, it's more FFR coding, more making sure not to annoy the devs too much, and just participating in the ladder and waiting for the upcoming tournaments. It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be a spicy summer. Oh yeah.
It's going to be a busy summer, and I'm looking forward to every bit of it, because this would be my first year of being involved in every little thing that we can possibly get involved in, and it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to it all. But as you've all heard,
yeah. Shall we go to some more fun ads first? Come on.
Okay.
I got to do it. I mean,
that's true.
We can't listen to it, so here we go.
No, that's true. So.
Hello, I am Princess Sarah, coming to you with a message of hope. Every day, countless werewolves are sent to the 4th dimension or Noon. As the founder of Werewolves for Hope Animal Temple, I am asking you for your support to help these poor creatures get the respect they deserve. Did you know that werewolves can regenerate and that they don't always poison when they bite? For just 15 gold a month, you can help. Your donation will go to a light warrior in need so they will not have to brack these beautiful creatures. Please join the cause and help keep the werewolves safe. Thank you. Yeah, but I want to see the weave.
But what?
All right.
You're live.
Here we are. We're back, and look what we have. We have the entire committee with us. That's right.
I don't think it's the entire committee, but it's most of it.
Yeah, so most of it. But you know what? We have Dani, we have Fizzle, we have Darkmoon. I'm happy to have every single one of you on here. It's good to talk to you guys about it, because it's, again, I am sure the amount of work that goes into this type of thing is just insane amounts of planning and technical aspects. But yeah, once again, welcome. We're really happy to have you guys on here. And by the way, stay tuned, all you viewers out there, because we are going to spin the wheel tonight to find out who's going to be the winner of those prizes. That's right. It's coming up. Don't you worry. But before that, once again, we have Dani, we have Darkmoon, we have LordFizzlebeef himself. So a question for the group is itself. How did the Rando Marathon get started? I know it's been going on for quite some time now, but how about a little bit of history behind things?
Who wants to go?
I mean, it was a conversation between the two of us, so I guess one of us could. You didn't jump in, so I guess that means I am.
I mean, I can talk. I just didn't want to talk over people because I'm a motor mouth. So, I mean, the origin for it actually dates before the marathon itself. Hosting wise, when we were hosting games, we had Speed Gaming, RPG Limit Break, and Randomania. And between those, that's a ton of channels. We didn't need to really think about anything else. Randomania had 8. Speed Gaming has 6+. Like, sometimes you're lucky if you can get onto 7 or 8, which we never got the Ocho, but one day. And then one day.
Got it once.
I don't think we had, and if we did, we didn't
We
celebrate
had, I
it, and
was
that's
on it. We
and
did.
then
I think it was a recorded broadcast that got re-aired on it, but
possible.
we were on it because I was there. I was excited about it. Don't take
and
my
then
Ocho experience away from me, Darkmoon.
and then RPG Limit Break. So that's 17 maybe channels. But when Randomania shut down, and I mean they've only kind of sort of come back a little bit. That cut a huge chunk of the channels that we could broadcast on out from under us. And it was, I mean, it's worse when you think about it because Speed Gaming and RPG Limit Break have to be booked ahead of time. You've got to know that you're going to be on it, and we can't do our improvisational thing where we're just like, oh, two people want to throw a match on a channel. Let's just go throw it on something. We could with RPG Limit, we could with Randomania, and if we're lucky and there's nothing going on with RPG Limit Break, sometimes we can steal it. But that's not easy to do. So, like, when Randomania shut down, the idea that I'd had that I've been talking with other people about trying to get a Twitch channel for FFR, finally LordFizzlebeef stopped grudgingly blocking me on it.
Well, yeah, because my argument for the longest time is just like, we don't need that. We got Randomania. And then when Randomania went away, it's just like, oh, okay, maybe we need it now.
In
And
fairness,
we need it now. So that at that point,
there was a few people that talked about it, and I was kind of on the same side of, I mean, we don't really need it, so why bother with it? And then as soon as it's like, well, we might need it now. And we all came to the agreement, like, and we were all on the same page of, we want nothing to do with the money from it. We're never gonna affiliate. We don't want money from the channel. And as soon as that was like, we're on the same page we had a page by the end of the day.
Yep.
Yeah.
As a designer, I'm always for brand, and part of your brand is building a Twitch channel when you're doing video games like we do. So it made sense from that perspective, but I didn't fight it that bad because, you know, it's a group effort. The admins have to be in agreement on things, and we weren't, so don't push the issue. But once Randomania shut down, that opened up the opportunity. And as soon as the channel was available to us, and we realized that the Randomania marathon, which didn't run for a couple years, was no longer going, I'm like, so now we need to discuss how we can showcase randomizers. So that's the origin.
Well, that's some history right there. I mean, it is. I mean, for somebody who's only recently got more into Final Fantasy Randomizer and then got somehow wormed his way into the leadership position. Yeah, it's something that, you know, even I didn't know. So,
and this is year 3 of it, right? Now,
what?
This is year 3 of the marathon.
Is it the 3rd year?
It is. We're in our third
This
summer.
was our third summer.
Third summer.
Our first marathon was in June of 2022.
Okay.
So, I guess the next question on the agenda is how do you go about selecting what charitable organization you're going to donate the money to?
Lots,
I believe
there we go. The conversation
we spin a wheel.
When we decided to do the marathon, it was really important, especially like I didn't want to I like the idea of like, let's have one and we're a randomizer, so we'll have one of the randomizers. Like that made sense. Like let's do one where we get to showcase randomizers. But we wanted to do it for charity. And the first one we ever worked with, it became Liam's Foundation because we decided to do it in June. And with June being Pride Month and so important to a lot of us, either because we have so many members in the Discord who are a part of the LGBTQIA plus community, or a lot of us who are just allies and want to support the cause. So we were immediately like, we want a charity for Pride Month. And then Darkmoon happened to know someone who worked with Kristen, who works with Liam Foundation, and because it was our first one starting out, it wasn't a thing where we're like, hey, we do, you know, charity marathons, and like we didn't have a sales pitch per se. So
that sounds like a story.
But we got in contact with Kristen, and the Liam Foundation immediately was like, we're in. They had no clue what we were or what we were doing, but they were in. And
you do what? Oh, okay.
I had a lot of explaining things to do. And then poor Kristen has since then had a lot of explaining things to do to other people about what they're getting involved in.
Yeah, and then for the SDCC,
Burn
not
Children's Fund.
Mhm.
yeah, the BCF. There we go. That was like
Mhm.
SDCC is not right. That's the San Diego Comic Con. I don't know where that came from. The Burn Children's Fund. That was
Mhm.
one of the planning committee members knew Ross over there.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
Yeah.
it
think it was like
was a
an
weird.
accidental thing, like
Yeah.
a chance
It
encounter.
was.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like we had the
His
idea to maybe
sister or
have like a
something.
food bank or something like
We were
Yeah,
trying for it. We
that.
were
And
going
we
to a couple
just
different places.
we sure did. And
but
we just
none
like
of them
getting
returned our call.
No.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, we're like,
it's like we
we
want
want a
to give
smaller.
you money.
Yeah.
But
Because
Yeah.
people
That's
suggested
so
like doing an
stupid.
animal shelter or a
Mhm.
food bank or something, like in a local one, so like our money would actually matter to them and not just be like 5,000 and a drop of bucket of 10, 11 million that they make, you know?
Yeah.
and we
So
tried. I
yeah,
sent many emails to a lot of places
yeah,
and
Mhm.
just couldn't really get in
no one
contact with
responded.
the people who want. Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
Mhm.
someone who was on the committee at the time, Volcanic, his sister was on vacation, and someone who helped her out of a tough spot on vacation just
Mhm.
happened to be a firefighter from
Mhm.
South Carolina. They were on the other side of the country, mind you, who helped run the Burn Children's Fund and
Mhm.
was telling her about it. And she told Volcanic about it. And he's like, hey guys, here's a charity. Sounds really great. What do you guys think? And as soon as we looked him up, we're like, we're in
That's awesome.
if they'll answer an email.
yeah. At least 50%
Yes.
of the
And
decision was they'd write us back.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
and we were able to get a hold of Ross, and
Mhm.
they just like the Land Foundation immediately were in.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Like
I
anything you need
think
from us, let us know. And both charities, um,
Mhm.
I
They've
have
been great
had
working with us. Yeah.
they've been amazing. And Kristen and Ross have been a dream. Like
Mhm.
anytime I message or I email, like they get right back to me. They're fantastic.
I
Anytime we
think
need anything,
originally
they're great.
Yeah, I think originally before, like when we were in the planning stages of the very first charity marathon, we had the idea of, oh, we'll find like other different small charities to partner with, but
Each
the
time.
absolute nightmare of trying to find that first winter charity
Yep.
and the absolute joy it is to have Kristen and Ross, we pivoted into just like, you know what? I think we're good with these
We're
two. I
good.
think we
We're
like
good.
these two. Yeah.
They like us.
We're
They're
good.
easy to work with. I mean, we have
Mhm.
petitioned the community once or twice just to make sure. Do you guys want to stick with this? And the last time we raised the idea of moving away from the Liam Foundation, the community was like, "No, we like them, and we like that we're supporting an LGBTQIA plus community during Pride." So, I
Mhm.
mean, at that point, we're just like, "Oh, okay, we're good. Let's just keep doing what we're doing."
Mhm. And I think one of you mentioned it, but one of the things I personally love about it is that they are smaller charities, so
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
actually feel like the donation is making a difference. Like what we
That
heard
was
from the
awesome.
Liam Foundation, like just the amount we raised would be so many name changes or so many things that they could do. It's
Yes.
nice
Yeah,
to see
quantifiable.
tangible.
That
I was a big fan of that in that like the kind of the way I phrased it was just like I don't want our donation to be like a rounding error,
Yeah.
and
Mhm.
yeah.
I don't want to be some guy in a shed's entire yearly income.
Mhm.
Like we need
Yep.
to thread the needle between that. And we did our due diligence. We looked up tax documents for both of these charities to make sure that they were kind of in the area that they're small, they're local, and we're not going to be like their whole yearly income, but we are going to be a help. And both of these charities, I'm pretty happy with the help we give to both of them.
I
Oh
was
yeah.
gonna say, TLDR, we went digging. Like
Yeah.
anything we could find on each
Mhm.
charity, and that was before we even contacted. Like Fizzle said, we looked into everything we could find on them because
Mhm.
it was
Mhm.
important to
Mhm.
all of us at the time we
Mhm.
were planning them for it to be a community, like or a charity that really needed the help, so that like they were getting it because so often you see so many marathons. I know, and we've learned. I swear, I think there's 17 every time after we put out the dates for ours. But there's so many, and I mean, it's great that everyone's helping charity, but
Mhm.
so many of them, big or small, do their marathons raising money for bigger charities.
Mhm.
And that's
Mhm.
great because bigger charities, I mean, they do great work, but that leaves so many smaller charities underfunded.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
And it like the money we raise would help if it went to a bigger charity, but it goes a long, long way to the charities that we do donate to.
Well, and there's
And
something
that
about
for me
being
is one of the reasons why I love that we get to support small charities, because
Yeah.
not everyone's looking in their direction.
Yep.
Yeah. There's something
Absolutely.
about being personal too, like actually being able to see
Yeah.
the kids who went to camp because, we raised money. It's like, hey, 6 kids got to go and here's pictures of the camp,
Yeah,
Which,
absolutely.
by the way, expect some more of those soon because they just had Camp Can Do here this
Yay.
summer.
Excellent.
Man, that's a nicely quantifiable one too, because like in the case of the Burke Children's Fund for their camp, every $500 sends another one of those kids to camp. Like you can just
Yeah.
you can look at it and go, here's our goal. Let's get another $500, guys. We can just literally send another kid off to this camp so they can hang out
Oh,
with
yeah.
other kids and heal.
Mhm.
Like that's perfect right there.
It's fantastic. It's
Mhm.
literally to see where your money's going, how it's
Mhm.
being spent. Even having Kristen on here and saying, "Yeah, we needed furniture, and you guys bought it for us."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
It's great.
it seems so small, and then you realize it matters a lot to people.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I think I kind of like the idea too that all these people from across the country and the world are coming together and helping this one little town
Yep.
in Illinois with their pride festivities.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Or like, a bunch of kids who wouldn't get
Yep.
to go. And
Exactly.
Mhm.
it's
Yeah.
even more
Mhm.
like it tugs on my heartstrings a little more with the Burn Children's Fund because it's not just a summer camp. These are kids that have, dealt with serious injuries,
Mhm.
who have to have special medical care
Yeah.
and such. So they can't just go to normal summer camp. This is like the only summer camp they get to go to because there are medical professionals there are counselors there are people there that can help them deal with the things they're recovering from while they get to be a kid.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And that's
Well,
so important.
and on the other end they're going through all of that. The finances of the family are probably strained too. So like
Mhm.
being able to send
Yeah,
a kid to
absolutely.
camp for free or being able to help out with scholarships or something else, just like being able to save those families just a little bit of money too is amazing.
Absolutely. So, with that in mind, I guess comes the real fun question. What does it take to put on this marathon? Like, I'm sure there's a lot of planning, there's a lot of
so much
scheduling.
energy.
I mean,
I'm so tired.
I am quite certain that none of you have had a full good night of sleep for a bit.
Well,
I'm used to it, but I do feel bad for breaking the booth.
I
Yeah, that-
managed one last night, and I can't tell the difference yet. I'm
Yeah,
still,
yeah.
still in a
no.
deficit right now.
Well,
I'm
I
so
think
glad I have tomorrow off so I can just sleep.
I'm with Ale.
Thank-
Caffeine.
yeah, Ale's got the right of it, and I know that Sunflash. I think they did a lot of the night shifts too.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
Sunny was big
definitely
on that.
Sun was
Mhm.
a big help.
It's
Yeah,
good.
that was
Big shout out
huge
for
for
him. Big shout out there.
Honestly, a lot of the early planning stuff is easy.
Mhm.
At least now, like that stuff's mainstream now. Like we know our charities, we
We have a process.
pick our dates.
Yep.
Mhm.
When it gets close to time, I just message and like, hey, it's coming up. You in again this year? And then we just let them know and get the few things started. We put out these submission forms and like all these things are easy. You wait for the submissions to come in. It gets a little hard when you have to put the schedule together, especially this year this summer, we had a record number of submissions. We need to fill the marathon time space thing, whatever. Words are
62
still
hours.
hard.
Yeah.
60. I thought it was 67. Well, whatever. It's
62.
60 some. Is it? There you go. 62 hours. We
I've
had
done it enough
90.
times. I'm used to it because I'm always sitting there looking at it going, "Oh God, we
Yeah.
need 62
We
hours. Come
need-
on,
Yeah.
people."
We
I
had
looked it up last night.
90. What was it?
Seven?
95, 95,
something like
97.
that.
It
Yeah,
was an
something like
odd
that.
number.
Yeah.
Hours worth of submissions come in. We could have
Impressive.
easily expanded the marathon a couple of days.
If we'd had scheduling for people for Thursday, we could have added a Thursday, and it wouldn't have even had to blink. Just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we still would
Yeah.
have had extra after
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah, no, it was silly. It was great how much we had. I loved that, which does prompt us to we're gonna allow people to say what they could be available for a Thursday come the next
Mhm.
marathon.
That's
Not that
good.
we're committing to
Yeah,
it.
not a guarantee, but
not a
if
guarantee.
we have the data, then it's easier to just say, well, maybe we'll add a Thursday this
Maybe
year.
we'll add a Thursday. Maybe we have enough runs and enough people are available because that's part of it. Like Friday, people can take time off for. Friday, people can make themselves available for. Trying to make yourselves available for a Thursday for one of these
Mhm.
things, that's harder. So if people aren't available for it, and that's like day and overnight, then it's like, well, we got the runs, but we don't have the people, so
Yeah.
we can't do it this time.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it was amazing to have not just that many submissions, but like I get the biggest smile on my face going through submissions and not only seeing people who have returned
Yeah.
and are like, so like, hey, we had a great time before. We're back to support your marathon again. But to see like new communities and new submissions come in from like games we've never had before and people who are new to the Discord tickles me pink. And we had so much of that.
So
I know I
many new
said in
ones.
the Discord that like they legit made playing the schedule like difficult. It was
Well,
hard.
Sure.
I enjoyed seeing
It's
some of the games from communities that we hadn't even like advertised to showing up. Like
Mhm.
for instance, Final Fantasy VI Beyond Chaos. I'm not sure how that group heard of us, but it was
I'll
great
be
to
honest.
see. Yeah,
They were great to have.
they
It
were
was a
awesome.
great run. Everyone
Yeah,
on that crew was
loved
great.
that.
Hopefully they don't hate me for this. I'd never even heard of it before. I
No,
saw it
I
on the
hadn't heard of that
schedule.
specific one. It's similar to Final Fantasy IV Lunarian Shuffle, which is a randomizer that takes you through the plot of the game, as opposed to just an open world one, like so many of them are. Because open worlds are easy to do. I mean, even ours, just with how malleable the original NES is basically an open world. If you at this point, I mean, it's so randomized now. Our game doesn't qualify as a linear game anymore. But
No.
no. But Beyond Chaos is a linear one, so it's more interesting to see those sometimes because you get so used to the open world style. And I honestly, Beyond Chaos was just crazy with how much they had randomized. That was hilarious to watch. I loved it.
Yeah, it was very entertaining. I will say that much. Very, very
Yeah,
much so.
fitting. We wanted looking at the schedule, it was important for us to there are just some runs in communities, like I said, that's always supported us, and we wanted to be able to try and get as many of those in as we could. I honestly kind of as a thank you because y'all have been fantastic, but also make sure we got in as many of the new runs as we could, and we were able to get in basically everything that kind of covered that. And then some of the new runs that didn't get in were runners who still had a different new game get in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So we covered almost all of our bases. So while putting this schedule together was hard, I mean, it was a great problem to have, and I'm glad we had it. I like to think that we did a good job of putting everything into the schedule that we wanted to and that people were happy with it.
Yeah, we prioritized doing new runners first because we want to make sure that anyone who's submitting gets a chance to showcase their stuff.
Sure.
And then we prioritized new games that we hadn't seen after that, if they weren't also from new runners. And then at that point, it was like, okay, now what pieces can we fit around in the gaps that are left? So
No, but I think there was
It
a little
worked.
more than some of the other ones that got in there before we kind of were just like, we're puzzle piecing things in.
Yeah.
But thankfully, it worked really well.
Well, then you got the time links to think about. How long is one? Where can it fit? Type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
There's a lot. There was a lot of mathing going on.
Oh, so much math. It hurts my head every time we do it.
We weren't live. It was okay.
I need ADR to make us an automated system that for next time so that we can just feed it through there and it can math for me. Too much dyslexia.
Yeah. For anyone who's watching this, I know there was a couple of scheduling oopsies.
Yeah.
The first thing we discussed, because we're crazy people, and instead of going to bed after we got done with closing ceremonies, we sat in voice chat for almost 30 minutes talking about things we want to improve before the next one.
My wife was
And
like,
one of
aren't
the
you
first
coming to bed?
One of the first things that we were like, we want to make sure we have is a schedule that is like automated with time zones and all that stuff to make it easier for those submitting. So if you're listening and that's the thing you want us to have, don't worry, we're on it.
Yeah, we did hear you. Like something that's nice that can go from submission form all the way through to the end where it just displays the schedule for us in one cohesive bump would be perfect. That would be great.
I'm sure somebody out there can do it.
I'll talk with ADR once we're all live.
Yeah, I was gonna say it won't be me, but ADR probably can get it done.
Yeah.
He's pretty awesome for this stuff.
He is.
So
all I know is it won't be me unless you want me to brick things.
Listen, I've only bricked the beta 4 or 5 times so
That's what
far.
beta's for.
It's the
You
beta.
fix
It's
it.
your,
You fix it in post.
Exactly,
It's fine.
exactly.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to do that. Anyway, you've touched on this a fair bit, but you said there was a lot of submissions and a lot of runs. So
Mhm.
when you're looking at everything, what does the game selection process look like to you guys? I mean, obviously you want to get in the newer runs, but you want to also have some veteran players in there showing off older randomizers or just showing new features of the randomizers. So what is the process for kind of the selection like?
It's a
Well,
lot of what you just said.
it is.
Yeah.
Some of the things that you did mention we have to look at is like submissions, especially for games that like with the VODs that come in, especially for games that
Mhm.
we're unfamiliar with, to kind of take a peek at them and see what it's like because you don't
Yes.
we try to kind of make the schedule flow a little bit so you're not just going from one thing to something that's like a million times different and it's like just cell shock weirdness on the schedule.
Like a
Another
mixtape.
thing that's important, is we also another thing we didn't mention is we look at incentives for games and like which games because it's not required that you have incentives for your games, but sometimes if you have ones that are really well that we think will work well in the marathon, it is after all about raising money for charity. So that
Yeah.
Mhm.
it's not a big thing, but it is
Incentives
a
work.
small little itty bitty thing that we do look at.
Mhm.
And then it's a lot of what you just mentioned, wanting to get in new games that we haven't had before.
Yeah.
Games that look, like they'd be fun to watch, games
Mhm.
that I'm buffering. Can
It's
y'all
a
tell
whole-
I'm
There
whole
were
process.
several games that but essentially we just stare at the list and then we pick out some that are just like,
What's cool?
I've never heard of that. I'm gonna go see if I can find like if they didn't if we look at the VOD and the VOD is just confusing, we'll find like a YouTube video or something like that. But most of them we just go to the race VOD and it's just like, oh, that's what that is. That looks interesting, kind of thing. And then we just start kind of placing things in the schedule from there.
There are
One
some
thing
Which
on
obvious
that.
ones
occasionally
too.
and then there's some times where, like I know and there was a case of, one of our runners who had put in, submissions for a couple of games, and, it was Phantom, and he had, the Twilight Princess randomizer and a bonus run that he's doing for Paper Mario later this week, and we wanted to at least get one of their runs in because they hadn't done a marathon with us before, and they were all new games we hadn't
All
had
new.
before. So
Yeah.
when just trying to decide which one we wanted to use, and it was trying to see which one would fit in the schedule where, there may have been a couple of people in the booth right now that lobbied
Okay, muting
real
Dani.
hard
Muting
for
Dani.
that
No,
Twilight
no, no,
Princess
no, no.
randomizer. I'm
Yeah.
just saying.
Uh-huh.
Well,
They
and
sure did.
there's also like, certain things that are obvious that like people that we rely on or who have done runs in the past that lead to obvious things that we want to do. Like the Time Spirit community has basically co-opted themselves into us, and we're almost a Time Spirit community randomizer at this point.
Almost, sir.
Um,
I think we
Yeah,
became
almost.
a Time
Yeah.
Spinner community right after that
So
was released.
like this year we had one time spinner run that was submitted. I think in the past we've had 5, 6, 8 of them, and we had to trim back to just 3.
I don't
But
think we've
3
ever had
still
that
made it
many,
in
but
one time. But like we want to make sure that at least one of the time spinner runs makes it in. Mashima with the Chrysalis randomizer always does something fun. Sometimes it's a race with other people. Sometimes he just has really crazy incentives, like this time with the choose the bracelet he uses when he goes into the final dungeon, which struck a lot of money together. So that's the nice
say-
sweet spot between good game and good incentive and good runner all at the same time.
it's also appreciated that Marshall will be just like, I will donate against all of you who try to make me do something I don't want to do.
It was great.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, things like that really do help, and it helps in the weighing process. Just so we can make sure that everything is fair and fun to watch too.
Yeah.
Because you want runs that are fun to watch, and you want runners that have been in before who have helped to like work the crowd, do the crowd work, and get them riled up so that they're donating. It is for charity, so we do need to like get money out of people. Like I'm like grabby hands for your money, so we can give it to charity. Give us your money.
Look,
Which, speaking of,
50 weekends out of the year, I'm
Yep.
never that person. I will gladly be that, hey, give me your money person
Yep.
for 2
weekends.
weekends out of the
Yep.
year for charity.
Yep. No, and which speaking of, by the way, if you're watching this and you want to donate, ffrando.com/donate, give to the charities.
Still can.
Sammy, you beat me.
Link is in the chat.
we will
send
promo this.
Send more. We'll make Darkmoon do puns on air again. We're
You
fine
will.
with that.
That incentive stands until the charity drive ends, which is in December. So you can pay, and I will read them on air.
There you go.
Yeah, I
It's
always leave the link from the previous marathon open until the new marathon link starts. So that way, if you're watching on YouTube and you see it and see the link in the description, you're like, hey, I'll throw $5 at this. Please feel free.
I mean, heck, I will extend this until the next charity drive. If somehow someone donates for a pun in the next 6 months, I will pop onto the OJ Power Hour and read the stupid pun.
We would be more than happy to dedicate some time for that. If you guys want to do that, we will make it a segment. We'll have a nice thing set up. Absolutely, we will do anything for charity money at this point.
Hanging Phoenix now.
Hold on. Can I be really dumb for a second and ask you guys to call it the pun-ish Darkmoon segment?
You have to donate for that because that's not right.
You know what? I have our list open.
Yeah, but yeah, I will extend that if it helps to even eke a couple more dollars out for the charity, because that's what this is for charity.
Hey, you know what? I sang twice on air for charity once. You can read puns, sir.
That was a lot of money that we got that year too, so that singing was worth it, even if it hurt me deeply.
There we go.
There we go. We're gonna start. We'll start with that, and we'll move from there.
There you go.
So I guess the last real major thing on the list for us would be we know there's a lot of technical aspects, especially someone who had access to the room where you guys were setting a lot of this stuff up. How complicated is it? And there's the answer, folks.
It's all complicated on the day of.
Yeah.
Once we kind of get in the flow to it, it's like, oh yeah, we know what we're doing. We got this by like mid-morning Friday, and then we're good. But like, there's 100% the oh no, don't let us screw this up Friday morning panic when we start. That I will never ever not be there.
As someone who loves himself a jank stream of cobbled together nonsense, the marathon makes me use all those powers for good in a serious way, and it's difficult.
However, now somebody starts donating towards it's like, let's make this look jank. Next marathon.
Absolutely.
Anything for money. Yeah. No, but like that first marathon we did in summer 2022, the nerves to make sure I didn't screw anything up. I was super nervous that first year.
I'll be completely honest. I, on a normal day, run on 3 hours of sleep. I got maybe 3 hours, maybe, that whole first weekend.
Yeah.
I was terrified of missing a thing or not being able to check a thing. It was bad. I mean, there's still a little of that there now, but like that first marathon,
I forget which marathon it was, but I know there was one that I believe I did 18-hour straight restream shift.
Yeah, that would be the second one, the winter one. I wasn't available.
Do that.
Yeah,
don't do that.
No,
don't do that.
Yeah, I was in the middle of a move for my new job, so I was moving across country for the winter one.
That's what it was. Yeah.
I was staying in an Airbnb, so I didn't have reliable internet, and I was on a laptop, so you don't restream off of a laptop.
Let's just say,
yeah.
I was around for the Fizzle Fallout after that stream, and I am forever doing that again.
I swore up and down I'd never do that again to him.
I stream off a laptop. Does that count?
I mean, sure. I mean, I could try it on mine. Speaking of jank, we would have a super jank stream for a few hours before Fizzle's ever allowed to do that again. I'll sit here with a fire extinguisher in case my laptop blows up. We'll call it a day.
We don't need that at all. Well, Jay. Yeah. I will give you the option. Do we want to do the wheel or do we want to do the pulp?
Oh, let's definitely get the wheel and anything we want to finish up here first. So,
which one are we doing?
I don't know. Well, do you guys have anything else you want to talk about first?
Do it all at the same time.
Oh,
We can't. No. All right, so let's bring up the wheel. Let's bring up the wheel. Let's bring it up.
Okay,
Let's do our drawing, and then after that, we'll go through our rapid fire pulp questions. This one is for everything, everywhere, all at once.
Friday.
No,
Yep. What? Who? What? When? Where?
that's just Sunflash. I think he's still feeling the effects.
Oh, yeah.
I don't.
Ignore him. It's fine.
I can't really ignore him. He's in the chat. That'd be mean.
No, you can ignore him. I do every day.
Fair enough. Yeah, we saw pictures, son. Don't worry. We saw.
Oh, alrighty. Well, so I guess we have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday all to roll, right?
We do. Shall we give her a go?
I should have had. Ooh, wait a minute. Since Sun's in chat, can I? Oh, I don't have a drum roll. Dang it! I was looking through my soundboard. I don't have a drum roll.
Well, that's
Kind of
not
a
the
drum
right
roll.
one.
That was not
Dang
that was
it.
the rim shot. No, that's
The
not
rim.
the same
No,
thing.
no,
rim
no,
shot.
no.
That's more of a.
It was drum interaction. That's the best we got.
That's true. We're working with what we got.
Best you get. All right, here we go. Friday roll. Ready?
Friday
Steady.
roll. Let's see what we got.
Ooh. Oh,
I think that's a stopper.
Hey,
The X-Man is the winner of the Friday. Winner of Friday.
the cross
The
stitch.
Friday
Yeah.
is
Hey.
the cross stitch, the Final Fantasy one cross stitch that he
Mhm.
made. It's
Yeah,
honestly
It's pretty good.
Pretty
really
cool.
good.
It's so
really good.
pretty.
I love it.
I do want to note that I did notice a lot of donations come in all 3 days, specifically at the amount for the prizes. So I think people knew we were doing prizes this time. That worked out really nicely.
There
Yeah.
might have definitely
Well-
been some of those I noticed today while gathering all the names for the
Yeah.
wheel.
yeah.
No, that
Speaking of
never
which,
happened.
the wheel is deciding to be stupid. Give me 1 second. Copy.
Did you show
Will,
us?
please.
I'm trying to get the next one up.
I think the wheel heard that we occasionally accept jank and decided to call it on it.
We definitely accept jank right now. Laser source. Let's try this again.
Yeah, don't worry, we will get this done. We're usually pretty good at this. There, we're getting somewhere.
Except for
It's still Friday.
Yeah,
it's
that's the
still
one we just did.
Friday. Kinda.
You know what? It still
Maybe
kind of
we'll
feels
listen
like
to
it's Friday, to be honest
Yeah, it
with
does
you.
feel-
So,
Hey.
you know.
While you guys are doing stuff, I have to honor the agreement that I made. Ale
Uh-oh.
donated $10 during this cast.
Yes!
Yeah, I got fired from my job at the frozen orange juice factory. They told me I couldn't concentrate.
But
Where's
See,
that
now
rim shot?
that-
Play the rim shot now.
Yeah, now you play the rim shot.
I don't have it.
There we
go.
go.
Hey. Well,
There we are.
Jay, is this going to be a little bit? Because if so, we can fill. I got something to fill the time.
Apparently, I need to completely redo this one because the Wheel of Names is being fun. So,
Alright, so-
yes.
That's actually perfect because while you're redoing it, unfortunately, Darkmoon has done these questions before, so we already have his answers. But for Dani and Fizzle, the pulp is waiting for you two. That's right. At the end of every one of our segments, we give a rapid fire question to our guest with a random question at the end that's tailor made for our guests. So we will start.
Boy.
We will start
boy.
this off with our first one. We will start with, well, since LordFizzlebeef is the first one in the line, Fizzle, black belt, yes or no?
Yeah, sure.
Dani, black belt, yes or no?
It depends on the flags, but I hope never because I'm bad at it.
Okay.
I
Fizzle, back.
get its points, but no.
All right, Fizzle, back to you. Vorpal or Katana?
Vorpal, because you can't trust thieves.
That's right.
Ooh.
That's a good answer. Dani, Vorpal or Katana?
Probably Katana if I'm using a thief, but I'm team whatever sword I have. I'll make it work. I don't play sides.
This one, I know the answer even before I ask it, but Fizzle, white mage or red mage?
Yeah.
Exactly. Don't even need the answer. Know it already. Dani, white mage or red mage?
Red mage,
Okay, well, there you
always.
go.
Unless
Alright.
you force a white mage on me for charity. I'm looking at you, Ale and Pickles.
All right.
Mage is going to make that interesting.
It is. So, Fizzle, fighter or thief?
Fighter.
Dani, fighter or thief?
I'm bringing Gundam Fizz always.
Yeah.
Okay. What is, for you, Fizzle, the worst change to a world that can happen in a flag set? Proc Gen, no overworld, deep dungeon.
Deep dungeon. Just like I can handle like I love proc gen. I can bust out a map for no overworld. Deep dungeon, I always luck into the wrong path.
That's
Deep
fair.
Dungeon's weird.
It is weird. Danny, the same question to you. What is the one change to the world you don't like?
No overworld and deep dungeon, they both just kind of seem the same to me. I know there's differences. I will play Proc Gym blindfolded all day, every day before I even touch the other two.
Fair enough. All right, to you, Fizzle. What
Yeah.
what is your favorite addition or change to the randomizer?
Oh, uh, oh boy. Uh, uh, speed hacks. Can I answer that?
Yes, speed hacks are acceptable. I will take that
Okay.
answer. Danny, what about you?
Ever since the co-op tournament where Speedboat came out, we were like, Speedboat, best boat. That
Speedboat, best
immediately popped in my head, but like that or buy quantity. Nobody wants to
Ooh.
buy one of anything one at a time. It's
No,
just so good.
no. But we can all agree on that. Fizzle, what's your
Yeah.
favorite flag to see turned on?
Confused old men.
That's a good answer. I love that answer. Best answer. Danny, question to you. Favorite C to C turned on?
Confused old man because it makes him happy.
Fair enough. All right, everyone's favorite question: TFCC or TFC Earth? Which is worse?
C, because you need a key.
Yeah, good. Danny,
See if I don't have the key, or if I do.
fair enough. Fizzle, your go-to
Uh-huh.
party to run.
Fighter Thief Red Black.
Danny, your fighter. Your go-to party.
I excelled in the Fizzle School of FFR. Fighter Thief Red Black.
Yes, Luffy. There's a bit of an echo. This one for Fizzle is easy. Marsh locked or ordeals?
Ordeals.
Clearly. Danny, is it the same thing?
Yeah. I mean, I disagree with him on Marsh all the time, but Marsh Lock sucks. It's ordeals.
Okay. Now, this is a critical question. A
Yeah.
lot of controversy over this. Sky, fourth floor. How do you navigate it?
Right down.
Write them down. Write down, or write down,
Right.
down.
Right down.
Okay. Danny?
Love you, but you're wrong. It's up, right.
No, it's not. It's right down.
Y'all hear that now? We're arguing. You're wrong.
The extra step is for good luck.
Oh.
There it is. All right. Fizzle, what is one thing you would like to see in the future of the randomizer?
Diff different tile scrambling the tiles so that like grass is forest is ocean, etc.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Danny, what about you?
Oh. Explicit. I don't know. I have no clue. I'll be honest. I don't know what half the flags on the page do now.
To be fair, there are a few random flags that never get used. It's very true. All
There's
right.
a lot.
Time for the fun questions. There's two left. Fizzle, this one comes to you. What's the history behind your username?
So there is a wonderful program called Mystery Science Theater 3000
There is.
in which for those unfamiliar, it is a show where they basically a bunch of comedians sit down, watch old movies, and just kind of talk over them, say jokes, etc. There is one particular movie that they watch called Space Mutiny, where the big meathead main character, they just come up with the best, dumbest names for him over the course of the movie. Because his actual name is just so vanilla, I don't even know if I remember. I think it's like David Ryder or something like that.
It's Ryder. Yeah.
But instead they come in and it's just like it's blast hard cheese or like stomp chunkman. And one of the last names they come up with is Roll Fizzlebeef. And so that's where Fizzlebeef comes from. And as a pull from the very first online handle I made when I was a wee lad. I just slapped Lord in front of it. Just because it's a funny name, LordFizzlebeef. It just sounds funny.
It is. I can't argue. Danny, I think I know the answer to this question, but I have to ask anyway. The history behind your username?
It's my name and my
It-
birthday.
I
Because
was gonna
I
say,
made a Twitch account to watch a friend play and was like, I'm never using this for anything ever. I'll just use my AIM messenger name from when I was like 15 to call it a day. And yeah, well, here we are. It's
And here
fine.
we
I have
are.
a slightly better one. I'm now a lady and it's fine.
It's true. So now we get to our random question per
Oh.
guest.
Mhm.
So, Fizzle,
Yeah.
where did speed and power come from?
It is a reference to Jeremy Clarkson from Top Gear.
That's it.
Mhm.
Where
Yep.
he always shouts, power as he's doing stuff, or speed, and there's one kind of quote that I always think of, the one clip. I forget exactly what special it is, but essentially he's explaining to the locals that he's going to take his little station wagon through like a mud pit or whatever, and he just walks up to them. He's just like, I believe in speed. Power and speed solves a great many things, and he just floors it in. It spins, gets stuck, and then he just sticks his head out the window. He's just like, speed and power doesn't work, and so that's the philosophy by which I play this game.
I
So
remember that episode.
Spectacular. All right, Danny, it's time for your final question.
Okay.
How do you feel about your seed rolling reputation?
I'll be honest. I know a lot of people take pleasure in watching people suffer through them, and
Mhm.
some people like rolling the pain that they put people through. I feel real bad about it almost always. And I stick by the fact that I only roll them so horribly wrong and bad and awful, and more often than most have, because I've probably rolled more FFR seeds than most people who have come through this community combined.
That is probably
Yeah.
true. I am hoping that at least one day my reputation will at least be somewhere close to yours. Not there yet.
I will forever be apologizing to people for the things they go through. And just say, if it makes you feel any better, I practice the crap I roll myself all the
Yes.
time.
This
I'm
is
Fire.
true.
suffering what I
Yes.
put you through. I
Oh
promise.
yeah, Trash
Every
Island Fire
time.
Department, the worst practice seeds of any team, guaranteed.
Yeah. Every
Oh,
time I
good
go
point.
into a seed that Danny has rolled and I see spiders come up, I'm me like, okay, just cast AoE. I do not want to see what these spiders have.
My philosophy going to any fight with anything that's got multiple legs is run, cast something, cast
Multiple
something.
legs.
'Cause I'm either getting away from it or it's gonna die, and hopefully before I do. I've
Yep.
learned the hard way.
It is all so true. So Jay, do we have the wheel up for Saturday?
Oh, yeah,
We do.
Just don't ask about Sunday. No, we should be good.
All
All
right,
right,
so
and I got
We
the
can do
prize in the
daytime
corner
ones.
too.
yep.
All right, let's figure out a Saturday. Woo.
Roll it up.
There, that's all I'm doing.
Oh.
Well, if it isn't Fabian,
Right.
Fabian, congratulations if you're out there.
GG.
Congratulations! I will be contacting you soon about the prize you just won.
And now I need to go to
I hate
new.
chat asking who got Friday, and that was the Axeman.
The
It was.
Axeman.
Yep.
All right, and now let's put these in. Wait a minute. Yeah, put those in.
What is? I'm like,
What?
who are those people?
Those are the random ones that start the thing.
Snipey.
Oh, and I need to go out of here. That's why I can't do this.
There you go.
And then we go to there, and we go to there's the chocobo. Hi.
Oh wow.
Hey!
And then we'll go to
Chocobo.
Sunday instead of Saturday. You didn't see a thing. Okay.
I won't lie. If I don't win this, I am very tempted to talk to Maddie about getting her boy to do a commission.
Mhm.
It is really good.
It's
It
really
is
Okay.
really
good.
cute.
It is
So
really
remove
good.
Darkmoon's name. Got it. Here we go.
Boy,
Here we go.
What?
There we go. The timing is a bit off.
Oh.
That's
Shit.
just leftmost cat. That's leftmost
There we
cat.
go.
There's your winner.
Good
There
for
you go.
them.
Yeah.
That
We
was a huge
had
donation.
That was a
Hank
huge donation. too.
and as Darkmoon said, the boy, Maddie, the boy,
Yeah.
who did our Friday and Sunday prizes. Thank you both so much. They were
Mhm.
literally made them, and they are amazing, incredibly well done, super fantastic prizes. I am not talented at anything like that.
I know the feeling.
So I just found something I thought was really super cool that people would like, and I put some money towards it. But those folks put like really a lot of hard work and effort into it and made some really incredible prizes. So thank you to both of them very, 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 very much for the prizes that you donated. It means a lot.
Yeah, I think having handmade prizes was better for these. Honestly,
Mhm.
drew
Mhm.
more attention and showed more care. I mean, I threw a couple Zelda things at people last time that I just found on Amazon, and that worked out great. But these have more heart to them.
Yeah.
Sure do. Sure do. Well,
Well, yeah.
we
Go.
yeah. So again, thank all of you for all the work that you did on the marathon. Thanks for coming on. We do appreciate it. Like it's taking time out of your busy schedule to come and hang out with us. You don't
My
do
schedule
you
is
not get
busy.
enough of us? Because I mean, is it? I don't know. Is it?
All right,
Hey,
now,
I'll be honest.
freedom.
I got to stop highlighting VODs to do this, so I'm happy to be here.
That's the thing. The marathon doesn't stop for us until like a week or two after.
It's
when
true. It's true.
when everything is finally wrapped up, and then almost immediately someone has to yell at me so I don't start planning the next one.
Like I said, we started. I've heard from multiple sources that saw us in the
Yep.
voice chat
Yeah.
after the
The
thread
closing
to
ceremony,
check
still
us out,
talking.
yeah.
Who
Yeah.
almost came in there. At least 3 different people started to come in there and tell us to go to bed because they knew darn well that we were already
Yeah.
talking about the next one,
Mhm.
and we were.
Mhm.
But like
Sure.
when the ideas are there, you just gotta let them fall out of your mouth so
Mhm.
other people hear them and you
Yep.
don't forget them.
We
Oh.
already knew things that we wanted to improve. So
No,
Oh, yeah.
it's trust me. Me and Jay do it all the time. It's like, okay, the show's over. We're 45 minutes in the chat. Well, we got to fix this. What are we gonna do about this?
Let's try this. Let's do that. Yeah.
We get it.
I think that's why all of us get along so well because I think at least to some extent we all think that way. Like as soon as we've done a thing,
Yep.
we're immediately thinking of a way to improve it, make it better, make it
Yeah.
easier. So
Yep.
everything
Yep.
we do, that's just the thought
I-
process that goes behind it. That's
I
why
already
there's
know how to
already a
make the
Word
wheel work
document in
next
there
time.
that's got a list of things we want to fix for the next one. So
Yeah, what was it after the first winter one? I was like, okay, I know I said I wasn't gonna redesign the artwork for all of this stuff, but and then like 15 minutes later, I redesigned it. And just fix that one, Darkman, please, Darkman.
I've liked that like every year the layout has been I mean, year 1 to year 2 was drastically different. And
Yeah.
then year 2 to year 3, there's little changes.
Improvements.
But I
Changes.
like that every year it's not the same. That like it has a
Mhm.
different touch to it. It has something different to it. I personally like that. So
I know
Yeah.
what we're doing for next year. The summer of next year is going to have a radically different design.
Ooh.
So, mhm.
Ooh.
I'm okay with it. I'll be honest, I think my favorite is still maybe like the one from from the first year. Just because I don't know why, I just do. But it's gonna be drastically different. I look forward to seeing what it's gonna be.
Not spoiling anything. You guys get to see it in a year.
Yeah. two marathons ahead, DM. 2 marathons ahead, my friend.
You don't understand how far ahead I will plan stuff.
We were
so.
already talking about next
yeah.
summer before this summer's. So yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. So thank you guys all for coming up. Hey, we're definitely going over this tonight, but I don't think that matters because most of the leadership committee is here to yell at us later.
So it's our channel. We can go over
Do whatever we
it.
want.
Within reason. All right. So
Four of the admins are in here. So
Hey,
Yeah.
I rubber stamped this show on a whim in a voice chat.
oh,
I don't care if y'all go over. Go nuts.
I think the 5th admin's actually in chat, so we're all here.
He is.
Yeah.
I saw him. Yeah.
All right. Jay, shall we cut to an
Sorry.
ad and come back with some updates about what's going on around the community as a whole?
We shall. Hope you brought your slab.
Loopa 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 loopa.
Lupa 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 Loop Lupa 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 Lupa.
Something's going on in chat.
All right. Yeah, so I guess it's time to go over everything that's been going on. The ladder is on the finals. This is it. It's coming. Your chance to sign up is gone. You're done. Yeah, it looks like next week sometime we will have we could have a new champion. I don't know. It's getting real close. Woo Bear still on top, is still the current reigning champion, but he will have to take on everybody in the Opal division. I believe that's going to be. I know Phoenix just got put back in there. I think Chanigan is still up there, and if Darkmoon's still around, maybe he can tell me who the last one. You
for what?
Opal.
In Opal.
It's Woo Bear, Phoenix, Chanigan, Ale.
It's me.
Oh, it is Darkmoon.
I'm the fourth. It won't last. Someone's gonna boot me out soon, I'm sure. Like within days of getting to the championship, I'm gonna lose my Opal. I know it's true, but right now it's me.
I spent a week in gold. Listen, a week. That's all I spent before I kicked myself out. So last week we had a couple of challenges going on. I know WinFox challenged me with a excellent fizzle seed that was black belt only and 3 times experience.
Nice.
Boy, that was interesting. After the first fight, you're level 15.
Wait, what?
Okay. Yeah, the XP was crazy high. Like,
you know what else was crazy high? The boss health.
Yes, they were. Chaos rolled. I looked it up after we were done. Chaos rolled an even 10,000.
Rolled is a strong term.
It is a strong term.
I prefer set.
Set. You did set it that way. It was. Yeah, it was fun. 2 matches that already took place today. Unfortunately, the Maddie and Budge mono match had to be rescheduled due to some outside issues, but they will get back at it. That was a bingo match. We will see it again. ADR took on Razor One, and Razor One has beat ADR and has now moved up into silver, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes,
with me, because I remember he took me on 2 weeks ago. I believe WinFox and Guardian Marcus are currently still racing, and that is another. I think it's a blind fizzle flag set. Unless he's going to correct me.
Nah.
Oh, yes. It is in fact blind. It is in progress.
Very good. And yes, AL pointing out there's going to be an 8:30 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. There'll be another great run coming up then. Tune in for that one. If you missed it, speaking of Ale, if you missed what AL's greatest dumpster fire of the week, go back and look at the VOD. Go back and find the Phoenix and Darkmoon flags and just marvel at the oh my that flag was. I calmed it and restreamed it and tracked it, so don't you worry. I was there. Yes, you were told to make a 2-hour flag, Ale. I'm aware. I just don't think that was 2 hours. So yeah, you did for good runners. Good runner. Listen, I'm not taking anything away from Phoenix or Darkmoon. I'm not going there. I'm not going there.
Me, it's fine.
Ouch.
In other news, the beta site has the FF5 fiends. They're live now. Test them out. See what you like. See what you don't like. I mean, see if they work. They should work. Pretty sure they work. Once again, that new bonus fiend is also in the FF1 pool. If anyone finds that one, please let me know. For those who were a fan of the FF Legends game, keep an eye out in the future. Just saying.
Oh no.
Just saying. Just saying. There's more. There's always more work going on, as long as Wild Hand lets me.
Ooh.
And again, we got to say, great marathon. I was loving that so much. I didn't see a single Vorpal thrown out of a window.
We tried. We tried.
You know what? People tried, but no one had. Chanigan, I believe, threw the Masa out the window, or somebody did. I think it was Chanigan. Yes, because he was running a black belt. I calmed that race. He threw it. It was great to see a Mossa get chucked out the window. And once again, I had to put this out there. Huge shout out to Chanigan for running FFR with the alt fiends turned on. I missed the start of it, but when I watched it back and I heard you shout them out, it made me smile. Thank you. Still not a dev. Appreciate you calling me that. Still not there yet. Just saying. Jay. What was that? A matter of time. Yeah. Yeah, what everyone says. I will not take that title until someone gives it to me. Like many things I've got. Jay, Tournament of Champions. How are things?
We're getting geared up. We got 15 signups so far, so we're still looking for a few more. That way we can get into like a brackets and bring it down. We're going up to 16 people, so if you have the champion role and you want to join us, like come on in, join. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I'm probably going to end up restreaming and calming most of it because my usual partner Sonny, he has the champion role. Bingo, it's coming up quickly. You literally only have 2 more days to sign up. 2 days. Come on. It's lockout bingo. You're welcome, man. Yeah. I mean, if you get into bingo now, it's going to be fun. If you saw it during the marathon, you thought it looked entertaining, come on, sign up.
I saw a few test seeds being rolled over the weekend, and the lockouts getting some people. It's going to be fun.
It's going to be interesting. 18 square win, or what is it? 18 square win 13. Or any? Huh?
13 square.
13 square, or
because there's 25. Yeah. Well, you get one. You get one bingo.
You get one bingo. Yeah. So
yeah.
Any one line and kill chaos, or get yourself 13 squares.
Yep. Because you've always got someone working against you.
Well, that's just FFR. That should be the motto of the randomizer. It's always working against you. Co-op is still ongoing. You can still sign up. The flags are posted. We have the installations for the Lua scripts.
Yep.
Don't worry. We will not see a repeat of the speedboat issue that we had last time during the randomizer, which was unexpected but fun.
You're promising an awful lot for someone who broke the beta.
The beta is okay to break. I've been told that. The beta should be broken. And technically speaking, that just teaches a valuable lesson. You need to remember if a fiend does not have a spell or a script, don't tell the randomizer it has one. Does not work. And yes, the SS Maddie, lost forever at sea. We appreciate that. Huge plug right now. Sunday, FFR Cooking Show. They're back on. That's right. On this channel, 3 p.m. Eastern, using bingo flags.
That'd be scary. I love it.
Yep, it's gonna be Caleb. It's gonna be LordFizzlebeef. He's here. I'm still crossing my fingers for pizza so I can make Caleb make brown sauce. I will give him that recipe. I will make him make it and try it, and I guarantee he's probably not gonna like it.
Ale's right.
Yeah, but he also gets a free sample of our famous thick cut pepperoni from Nova Scotia. I have pledged that I will buy him. I will vacuum seal it and I will ship it to him via UPS. It will go right to his house. I will be there as he makes that pizza. I want to see that. It'll be great.
But is it time to start wrapping this thing up?
Well, we have maybe one other thing we should discuss. Yeah, well, we have one mailbag question that we should probably get out of the way.
Yeah.
So somebody has written in. They didn't leave a name, which, by the way, thank you for writing to the mailbag. We're always happy to see mail come in. This is the question. We all know about the Hooray Dwarf, but I recently discovered that there is a second one hiding in a room just to his south. Is this a sign that there is deeper Hooray lore? And will this have any effect on your racing strategy? Now, me personally, I always talk to the Hooray Dwarf, at least once. I don't do the 3 times because that's not my thing. That's somebody else's thing.
But do you leave him alive? That's the question.
Of course I leave him alive.
Okay, good. Good.
You don't kill the Hooray Dwarf. You never kill the Hooray Dwarf. It doesn't affect my racing strategy. I find it very interesting that there's a second one because no one ever goes down there. Now, I know, for example, I think Fizzle is a great proponent of the Hooray Dwarf.
Yep. You pat him on the head 3 times to harness his luck.
So the fact that there's a second one hiding in the room to the south, will you go? It seems a bit out of the way to go say hello to him.
Nice. That's his day off.
That's his day off. Yeah, that's fair. So there's the lore there. The Hooray Dwarfs is day off.
The funny thing is, I actually learned the same thing this weekend. I was doing AP with shuffled chess, and I went to that room for the first time ever.
Yep, and there's a guy in there. He's like, "Oh, hi, bud.
Yeah.
How you doing?" So that won't have any effect on my racing strategy. Although, two things: you always say hi to the Hooray Dwarf, and you always carbonate bubbles.
I'll agree with one of those.
No, you gotta do both.
You carbonate everyone except for Bubbles.
You can't leave Bubbles alone. You can't leave Bubbles alone. That's just cruel.
Only if you're calming. That's it.
Bubbles gotta go. Exactly. Luffy's got it. Bubbles gotta go. As a member of the Bubbles Soda Co., I will always advocate this. And I'm hoping we'll be back in Fall League this year. I'm hoping. I really didn't do so good last year, and I'm really hoping to make up for that. But so Jay, you leave the Hooray Dwarf alive, or do you?
You leave him alive. I won't go out of my way to talk to him necessarily, but if he's in the way, definitely you talk to him and then you move on.
I mean, I keep him alive too, but just wait, just like Bubbles, the Hooray Dwarf might get his revenge someday. Because Bubbles, Bubbles brings the pain.
She brought it.
She definitely brought it.
She brought it.
It was great. It was that is literally what happens when things go wrong in the randomizer, and then oh so right.
But with the mailbag, if you'd like to submit your own, we do have it. So I'm going to drop all that in the chat in case anyone would like to submit a question or anything.
Yeah, submit a question. Next week, we are still in the midst of planning this, but I'm pretty sure we're going to have a couple of longtime members come on the channel to talk about some of the history of the randomizer and the randomizer community, because we've been around for a while, and there's probably some stories that they can tell that are going to make you maybe laugh, maybe cry, maybe question your sanity.
I already do.
We are every day, my friend, every day. So yeah, we still have a ton of stuff coming up in the future. Once again, I'll put this out there. I'm looking for somebody who can do a good pirate's voice for an ad read. If you do it, send me a message. I have something ready for you already. Just record it in a WAV file, send it to me. I'll send it to Jay. We'll get an ad put up for you. You'll see it before anyone else does.
Yep.
But I'm definitely looking for a pirate. Just putting it out there. Jay, what do you think, buddy?
Oh, I'm probably not thinking anything. I'm getting ready to do a pass out.
Yeah, you've spent all day in the fields. We saw the pictures.
So
I want to once again give a huge thank you to Darkmoon, LordFizzlebeef, and Dani for being on this week. Once again, for all the hard work that you have done and continue to do for this community, and just in general, this place runs. I think this server is the envy of many servers out there because it runs like a well-oiled machine because of the work that you do. No question.
Thanks.
But, well, you listen. Darkmoon's art. Dani's has all the contacts with all the scheduling, and Fizzle has time for learn. That alone is worth millions.
Oh my!
It taught me the greatest lesson of all.
Uh-oh.
Buy heel pots.
Oh my. Okay, and with that, I think we're...
Yes, definitely buy heel pots.
Definitely a thing that
not buy
Fizzle
heel
always
pots.
does. Yeah.
Yeah, always.
Yeah.
Oh, so with that, are we ready to go?
I think we're good. Thank you, guys. We will be back again next week. We hope to see you all there. Have a good one.
Bye.